Hi everyone! This is a video camera that I sold a few weeks ago. Yes, a few weeks ago, and I still have it in my hands. Why, you ask? Because I'm stupid. Very stupid. I believe that one of the best ways to learn is to learn from your mistakes, and the next second best is to learn from someone else's mistakes. That's why on this channel I'm happy, well, or kind of, but I'm ready to share my mistake with you so that you can also learn from them. One of the benefits of being from a professional seller that specializes in camera is a guarantee that the equipment that you're buying is working and fit for the purpose. That is why I always take great pride in checking thoroughly what I'm selling. I check when I receive it, and often as well, if it's something that I've stayed on my shelf for a bit too long, I will check it again before sending to the customer. That's also why I've done some video in the past that explain on how you can test a specific kind of equipment, and I will do more of those as time goes by. However, testing can take time. It is not something that's always easy. Modern cameras have many functionalities. That means that you have to do many tests to make sure that they are working. And typically, in this case here, I failed. When I did my test, I've tested all the functionality I could think of: the sound, the recording of audio, the recording of video, the recording of picture, or more exactly the taking of pictures. And I checked like different conditions. Everything seems to be fine, and I've put the camera for sale. I bought this camera for 250 euros, and it came with a tripod and a nice Manfrotto bag as well. So there's not much around to make for the money. However, I sold it for 500 euros, which is good. Also, I thought it was. Until, obviously, the buyer contacted me, complaining that they were spot on the picture. Some eBay buyers have developed this technique of when they receive a good, they will complain about it and try to bully the seller into giving them some of their money back. That is why I have as a policy to never accept this sort of deal. If the buyer is not happy, he can send the product back. But he cannot negotiate a discount once the goods are in his hands, because you then have no way to prove that you sold an equipment that was working, and eBay will always side with the buyer. However, if you are offering the buyer a free return, then they are happy that you solved the issue correctly, and you will not have any other issue after that. So this is my advice: always ask for a return rather than giving some money. Even if it costs you more for that time, because you will have to pay the fee for the return as well, and you're losing both way postages. I still believe that we as sellers need to show to the buyer that this technique doesn't work and is risky. Side note, many times when a buyer asks for a discount, when you say no, but you can send me the item back and I will pay for the return, you don't hear from them again, which shows that they were just trying to get an extra discount. I'm open to negotiation, but it has to be done before the sale. On this occasion, the buyer sent the camera out to get fixed, or at least to get a quote on how much it will cost to get fixed, before I even had time to tell him that he could return the camera to me. So when I told him to return the camera, he said, well, one, I don't have it, and two, I'd like to see how much it will cost to fix, and maybe, you can pay for fixing the camera, and I'll keep it and I'll be happy. And that, well, I didn't tell him at the time, but that is not something that I was ready to accept. he got a quote of 150 euros from the maintenance center, which I refused because I thought that on a 500 euros camera, that was too much. But by the time I took that decision, I did not see what was the problem. As I said, I didn't detect it in my test, and I didn't keep any file from my test. Okay, I've tested everything on the camera, and I looked on that little screen here, and everything appeared to be fine. I didn't see anything. So to me, it was good. The guy, in the end, posted a video on YouTube showing the issue, and then I saw how bad it was. But unfortunately, by that time, I already told him to send the camera back. And I was also busy in different ways, so I didn't have time to get back to him and say, well, okay, I'll pay 150 euros. So the camera got sent back to me. So I made really two big mistakes there. First, not testing properly the camera. And now I've learned something, is that to test properly a camera, you should take your picture on a big screen. Not on the screen from the camera, that is not good enough. You want it on a large screen so that you can see this item, these issues. Look at this footage that I've done to test the camera since I received it. You'll see on the upper left corner there are some dots, like purplish dots that shouldn't be there. Those don't really look like dead pixel. I don't know what causes that, but they are there. And they are definitely an issue with the sensor, because if you zoom in or out, the dots stay exactly at the same spot on the picture, which means that it's not an issue with the lens. I've tried at first cleaning the lens, but no, it's not coming from there. As part of your test, my advice is take a picture of the sky, if it's blue, take a picture of a white wall, of something that is bland, something that doesn't have any pattern, and there you will be able to see those sort of issues. Because you can see here on the other footage, you can't see those dots because the pattern of the background makes them almost disappear. Okay, so if you want to test something with a digital sensor, whether it's a camera, whether it's a SLR, well, whether it's a video camera, whether it's an SLR, take something plain with no pattern to make sure that you don't have any spot that should not be there, especially with cameras that have interchangeable lens, because when you change the lens, there is an opportunity for dirt to get inside the camera and to get onto the sensor. On those cameras, I'm surprised that happened, because the focusing is internal and you can't change the lens, which means that there is no way the dust can get in the camera easily. When you zoom in and out, there is no pumping from the zoom that will pump air in and out of the camera. So I'm really surprised that I saw as well that there are some dust marks on the sensor on the top of those dead pixels. So that is surprising. I didn't really expect that. That's maybe why I didn't really see it as well. I will be more thorough in the future, that's for sure. Okay, so that was my first mistake. First mistake was not to test this enough to detect any issue on the sensor. The second mistake that I've made is not being enough on the ball with the buyer and not being flexible enough. Why? Because thinking about it, is 150 euros wasn't that expensive. Put it that way, I've paid 250 euros for this. Let's not talk about the rest of the equipment. I've sold it for 500 euros. Even if I pay 150 euros for fixing the camera, I still come on top with 100 euros. It's not brilliant, but it's better than nothing. I'm still coming out on the top. Well, or I could have still come out on the top, and the guy would have had a clean brand new sensor, a warranty, it would have been good for him too, except for the waiting for the camera. Now that I have the camera, I have basically had to pay for the postage there and back, so it's about 15 euros each time. The guy was in Romania, I think, or Hungary. Well, he wasn't exactly next door, so still not too bad on the postage. But I'm still, instead of being 250 euros in that camera, I'm now 310 euros in that camera. And I have a camera that I can't sell for 500 euros anymore because it's got an issue with the sensor. I don't know if I will be able to sell it and for how much. Good news, I'll be able to have more fun with it. I was a bit sad to sell it. But hey, so that's my lesson from that deal, is test and retest and make sure that what you're selling is working. If there is an issue, describe it. That's always been my policy. But make sure that if there is an issue, you find it. Even if it takes some time, it's still, you need to do it properly. In this case, I failed and I'm paying the price for it. Second issue is be a bit flexible. And yes, I will still stick to my policy that if someone is not happy, he should return the good. But be flexible. In this occasion, the guy was kind enough to really send me a video where I could see the issue and get a quote for the repair, 150 euros in Hungary. I think if I have the same camera fixed in France, it will cost me more than 150 euros because wages are, I would say, maybe 3 or 4 times higher in France than they are in Hungary. So it will cost me more and it will take me some time, and it's also a risk because that means I'm spending more money on the camera and I'm not sure that I'm going to sell it. All those things could have been avoided if I had been a bit less damn stupid. I hope you learn from my mistake and I hope you won't do the same thing that I did. If you were the buyer of that camera and you're watching this, I'm very sorry about all what happened. As I say, I pride myself in giving good service, and in this case I didn't, and I don't like failing like that. So, not a very happy video today, I'm afraid, but hey, that sort of things happen, mistakes always happen, learn from them. And don't worry, when I'll do more mistakes, I will share them with you. In French, we say, expérience n'est qu'une suite d'erreurs. I don't know exactly how to translate that in English in the best way, but basically it means that experience, it's only lots of errors one after the others. And yeah, a bit more experience again from that, and a bit less money, unfortunately. But hey. So, guys, that's it for today. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll see you next time.